Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and welcome to our live stream. Hey Metatron. Today we're doing all sorts of stuff. We are opening some mail. We got some gifts from Santa, which is phenomenal. And we're gonna be doing some wire wrapping and answering y'all's questions and just generally hanging out and hopefully having a good time. It's a hat hair kind of day, so boop, firmly in place. Hey Kilburns, hey Bettina, hey Sea Kitty, hey Brooke, hey Penny. How's the weather for y'all too? Like it is like borderline nasty here. Like it's getting nasty, if that makes sense. Hey Manaya, hey Katrina, hey Whispering. It's so great to see y'all. Oh, I know Sam. Sam's over there on his little pillow. Z's down here getting. Let me see if he'll do it again. Hey Z. Oh, and the heater turned off. But yeah, he'll just come over and he'll like pet himself. Of course, he's not gonna do it because the camera's on. Nope, he still won't do it because the camera's on. Greetings and salutations. No weather to complain about here in Cali. Nice. Thanks, Donna. I love my hat too because it makes it look like I tried, but honestly, my hair is a straight up disaster. What are we doing? I guess we'll do the mail opening first. Because, whoa, hey buddy. Where'd my ring go? Don't eat that. Okay, I just watched your loose cab undrilled wire wrap. Right on. Nice and sunny here today. Been foggy lately, so enjoying the sunshine. That's enviable. That is really enviable. Right on. Well, okay, so, hey Randy. There's a package here for you from Santa. Okay. Randy wants to open his very, very last. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the mail opening. Excuse me. Let me find my scissors. Let me get this so that y'all can see as well. You should see my hair. I'm going to shave it all off. I've been sorely tempted. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, I could just shave my hair off and just wear wigs. Like, that's a viable, especially since I have such a high forehead, it's really easy to just glue wigs on. Today's apple fritter day. Ooh, that sounds good. I like apple fritters. Hey, Jim. I think we have some packages from you, Jim, aka Santa. So this first one looks to be an Amazon box, so I'm not entirely certain who it's from just yet. But we're cutting this open, which by the way, thank you guys, everybody who sends stuff to the channel. It's like we're able to do so much here just because of y'all's generosity. So we really appreciate that. And also, I'm a spoiled swamp troll, so and I love opening boxes. For a second there, I was like, this is legit a big box of empty air. But no, oh my gosh, airbrush paint keepers. These don't look like they're a big deal, but you take these and you put them over the tips of your airbrush canisters and it'll keep the paint like from drying out, so you can just store the paint there in the little airbrush thingy. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is from Yvette, but I'm not gonna, because there was no note and she had said something about there being no note. And now we have more shipping boxes. They're beautiful, love.
It's getting cold outside.
It is getting really cold. Thank you so much. May I have a kiss?
No.
What?
I have a package to open.
Oh. After the package?
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm gonna cry. If you
What
make
is
me...
this?
I think it's from Jim.
It's from Santa.
I'm gonna go cry off camera. This is my Randy, everybody. Say hey, Randy.
Santa lives in Washington.
Yes,
Can
he
confirm.
does. When are you gonna take the fused glass class? I think.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I got a lot of cool stuff.
What is?
What this?
We'll pull up a chair and hang out, Boogie Boo.
Maybe. I got other stuff to do.
Like what?
Like moderate.
Oh yeah. Well, we have a tablet over here. You can moderate over here. Identity theft is real.
Yeah, right? I got River. I got Malcolm. Ooh.
Wow, that's cool. That is really cool, actually.
This is really cool. Got the doctor.
What kind of stuff does it say about him? Independent, mid-book transport, Transport Firefly class.
Zoe.
These are their boarding passes.
Yeah.
Authorized access unrestricted. He did not have unrestricted access to the Firefly.
Wash.
Now Wash would. Oh, that's neat. Jim, this was very thoughtful. Thank you.
Jane and Kaylee.
Ooh, that's
I got the whole crew.
The whole casting crew.
Thank you, Jim. That's really awesome.
We can string them up like a Tibetan prayer flag.
Okay.
Like, but where they're like just clipped onto a string over by the TV.
Possibly.
Do you want to do that?
Quite possibly.
Because that'd be pretty cool.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. Or I assume it's Jim. It's Santa.
It's Santa, but Jim's the only Santa I know that lives in Washington State, so. But those are really cool. We do, like, do it, love?
Those are awesome.
Randy approved. I was going to be on time, but my cats demanded I assemble their new tree. Ooh, a new cat tree. We all work for our cats, so. Oh, that's good stuff. Cheers, everybody. Oh, and I just spilled it everywhere. There we go. Okay. Bigger package. We really like Firefly. Like, we do. Though, I have to say, as much of a Firefly fan as I am, I think I'm a bigger Mandalorian fan. Because of Baby Yoda. Okay, this is amazing! Randy! Oh, sorry, cat. Check this shit out. Show's not for kids, by the way.
Oh, no way.
Oh, for the auctions! We have a for-real, official gavel and block. And it's beautiful. It's my favorite color. Let's official first. Sorry, okay. Ah, this is amazing. Yvette, was this you? But you gotta tell me if this was you, because this is amazing. Okay.
What did the box say?
It didn't have a note.
No.
If we could save the other Amazon box too, because I think that'll be good for, like, big, small shipments, if that makes sense. This is so cool. This is so cool. Fun smash. Lots of smash. I know I've been missing in action. Hey, Patience. Oh my God. How's it been? No one says hi back. Honestly, no one. Really? Oh, I'm so sorry, Patience. It's been really hard to keep up with comments and stuff. It truly has. I kind of, not that I've given up, but I've definitely lowered my standards. Hey, Melissa. No, this is super cool. Brenda says, I haven't been on for a while. Broke my arm. Oh no, can't make anything. I don't know how I'd function. How do? The cat's playing with her toys. This is so cool. Oh, I'm gonna abuse this. That is so cool. Hey, Brenda. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Too much going on in chat. I do stuff, so I mostly just listen. Right, Nina? And it's always nice I do love getting to see y'all pop in and say hey and stuff, and to see y'all like kind of chatting with each other and stuff. I've been ill and have had a sleeping sickness. Oh no, I hope you're doing better. Thought you'd end up with wire between your toes to just keep crafting. That is true, Beth. You can carve or bling out the gavel. We might actually take this part into our Glowforge and engrave our logo onto it. Brooke says I have my first ever commission to make something. I'm excited. Ooh, good luck to you on that and congratulations. This doesn't have the note in it. Oh my God, look at that tip though. It takes mini sticks, it looks like.
Is that from Boomer?
I think this is from Boomer. Boomer Bob, it arrived. Very cool. can't wait to use it. I'm gonna have to get some glue sticks that fit into it. But that detail tip, you guys, check that out. Oh my love, my glue gun, I hunger for glue sticks. Oh, this is gonna burn me. It's gonna burn my little fingers off. Hey, doggies. They're still just waiting. There's like, where's ours, Mom? Mom, where's our bark box? Spoiled little grandmas. They're as spoiled as I am. There's a brand new one from Surebinder coming out. It has detail tip, plus it can be plugged in or charged and use wireless. Holy smokes. Not having to fret about with a cord would be amazing. Yeah, fairy house. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the gun. This is the hashtag Murica. I need a concealed carry permit for my glue gun. Or a classic miscommunication. There's somebody who's selling like craft supplies, like glue guns, heat guns, that sort of thing at a gun show. Which honestly, they probably wouldn't do too badly. Just about everybody at a gun show has a sister or a mom or a wife or a daughter. Or likes using glue guns themselves. So they're about as non-gender specific as it gets. Or a concealed carry holster for a glue gun. They just jammed the screen for my fiance. I have to post it on the Discord channel. All right, I'm Mandy. Okay, so now is Santa. Which already I can hear it knocking about. Which anybody who has been lucky enough to be graced by the generosity of Santa knows that whenever you get a box like this in the mail from Long Beach, Washington, it's howdy plethora. Okay, they have 20 more good years left. So much to do yet for right, Patience? We're rooting for you. But y'all gotta take care of yourselves. You're the only ones of you that we get. How do I open box? I hear you, baby. Ah! Ooh, Jim! Oh my. Ah! Well, that's not an M&M at all. What is this? Oh, it's a it's a beeswax candle. I was gonna eat it. Hey, Teresa. We got a super cool gavel. We got some nib tips for airbrushes. Super suspicious that those are from Yvette, but I may be wrong. And a very cool hot glue gun that I can't wait to use from Yvette. Did you send me this bomb-ass gavel? Because it's amazing. Oh, wow. Jewels and gems?
Yeah, that was me.
Well done, madam. Some body gems from Jim. Jim Gems. Oh, these will be really cool. Oh, I like these balloons. Jim. She says, let me see it. Okay. We're thinking about, I don't know if the bed's deep enough, but we're thinking about engraving the logo there on the order in the craft room. Oh, sorry. The dogs look at me like, Mom, why are you smashing? That is so cool. Thank you, Yvette. Ooh, some more Magic Champa, my favorite incense smell. Oh, man. Ooh, ah! Some rubber stamps. Oh. And a smudge stick for all those negative comments. Oh, no. Well, it's not quite a glitter bomb, but it's pretty close. Silver glitter.
Oh, no.
Non-toxic. What's up?
The glitter.
Yeah, it did burst inside the bag, though, or at least there's some loose. I always appreciate it, Jim, when you send me bags of herpes, so thank you. Get the kindness Satan away, dude. Yeah, right? Oh, Jim, this is so cool. Ooh, some more glitters, some fine dusts. It looks like that stuff's gonna. It's like oh, what's it called? It looks like a fake snow kind of glitter. I think that'll look really cute. Take that outside and burn. I'm gonna light it up right now. Ooh. Some more polymer clay. Thank you so much, Jim. I still have, we're building a box for you, just putting things in it to send to Jim. Ooh. Nipples. Oh, I like that color. Thank you so much, Jim. You always have the best taste in what to send. But I am gonna go ahead and light up some of this nag chamber. So, because this house smells like butts and resin.
I don't even stay in that room.
No, it's in this Well, that was phenomenal. Honestly, that did not take as long as I thought it would. I've gotten faster at mail opening. So we're gonna do some Q&A and we're gonna do some wire wrapping. Just getting my incense lit. She is looking at me like I'm gonna burn the house down. I do wish this thing would turn itself off. Like there's no, we've gone over this before, there's no like off button on the butane torch. I just have to wait for it to feel like to turn off. Which I'm like, that is the oddest design. There we got some incense going. Thank compliments of Jim. I bet Santa's workshop smells like the coolest hippie harem den. Okay. How do you adhere to these to your body? Are these like body safe or are they for fabric? Because I kind of want to put them on my body. Let's try it out. No reason not to, right? I'm gonna have to. Let me go put these back in the box. Okay, the crescent moon cabs, I actually use one single circle cutter, and I'll cut out a circle, and then I'll go over just a bit and cut it out, and then cut it out, and then cut it out. So it's like they kind of stack on each other, like that, if that makes sense. And that way I'm able to get much crisper tips of the moons than if I were to use a cutter. Because something with a lot of the moons that I found is like, I like a sharp, pointy tipped moon. As opposed to like one with like rounded tips. Hey Randy, you kept saying you can read off the tablet, but do you want me in the video window or in the messenger window?
In the video.
Okay. So I've been on a big homesteading kick these past couple of days. Oh, come on. Why are you not showing me? I can't find my own stream, Randy. Thanks, YouTube. Do what? I don't know. Like, I just don't even know how to find it. Sorry, I don't mean to be all whiny. But Norbia will be like, this lady's streaming. Hey, Randy, could you help me? Okay. I'm still hooked up to the charger.
Does this thing just live on the charger now?
No, I'd lost it since last live stream. And then I found it and it needed charged. How did you get there? Well, thank you. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to find my tablet charger, and this incense is going to smoke me out of house and home, so I'm going to put it on the tree. I don't know where to put this stuff that's not going to be just precariously perched. So precariously perched it is. Okay, so moment of truth. I'm going to test and see if these are skin safe. And I'm going to resist all urges to put it directly in the center of my forehead, even though I think that would look really cool. I'll put it on my hand. That's a good idea, Randy. And the back of your hand, even though hands are very flexible, the backs of your hands have a tendency that there's not actually a whole lot going on there. So now we're kind of.
See it now. You show up to the pool tomorrow. Two black guys and a chemical burn in the middle of your forehead.
Okay, so inspired by our friend Mitch, I went to the pool. I did it. I actually did the thing. I got off my butt, went to the gym, and swam for 30 minutes, and it was a ton of fun, and I did not die, which is a start. But oh my gosh, it kicked my butt. Like, I went to bed at midnight and slept in until 11, and I slept really hard the whole time. And so, but I wore my backup swim goggles because I couldn't find my main ones that I'd swiped from my mom. They were really nice. Like, they were very nice. They had very good suction. Like, I never got water in my eyes. And they didn't leave raccoon eyes. These other ones, I have to have the strap down so tight, and the suction, like, I actually have a ton of eye makeup on right now because I have bruised raccoon eyes around my eyeballs from my swim goggles, which is not the best look for what I'm going for. So there's that. And so I've been searching online, and I think because nobody looks like ready to go out on the town when they're wearing a swim cap, a sports swimsuit, and swim goggles. So I'm not really worried about fashion right now. Like, yeah, I'm getting, it doesn't have the nose cover because I'm trying to practice keeping that pressure there, so whenever I do the flip turns, like, I don't want to use that as a crutch. So I found some that are like a uni mask without the nose cover part, and I just worry, since I have such big cheeks, that I squish your head. That it's just not going to hold suction across here. But it physically, like, hurts. Like, I'm bruised. With tender flesh. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Lydia says, "What we doing just got noticed." we just finished up some mail opening. Stop poking it then. I can't not poke it. Like I was like putting makeup on and up because it's all bruised like up through here, like on the top part of my eyes, which isn't as bad because like they'll sit like right here, ow, and then they sit right where my eye sacs, like the bags under my eyes, like you can kind of see they're swollen. But I don't know, I think it's a cute look. Like I'm excited about hopefully one day getting to be old and having like my dad had, I called them his whale pouches, but whenever he would smile he had like little poochy eyeball bags, and I just thought that was the cutest thing. And so there, I don't know, I don't hate it, I just don't like the bruising and how much it hurts. So gonna have to figure out something about that. But I was like, I'd rather have hurting eyeballs than like than to not go swimming. Like if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Can't not poke it. I can though, like I'm incapable. Let me grab a tripod and then we will get started on working. So today is a little bit of a production day. I want to get some pieces wire wrapped for in the booth, which means I'm not going for super duper showcase fancy right now. Oh, also, we had a question from, let me see, dark under eye bags, goth all the time, right? No, it's my final form is I'm going to look like a wrinkled, rehydrated prune. I just want to be healthy. I can't pull up the thing with the screen name of the person who had requested, but one of our viewers requested on a recent. No, it's my feet are like, I don't know, ornery. Like I can't find house shoes that are comfortable. Like my feet are swelling, so I'm in flip flops. So I have cold feet, but at least they're not being squeezed. Like if that makes sense. Hey Carol, the air compressor is working great. Thanks for asking. I want to see what those pants look like in a strong wind, right? See, Kitty? My friend Lauren actually got some really cool video of me wearing these pants in how do you look so beautiful all the time? Clever lighting, patience. And a color matching foundation. Like the that, and I think y'all have love goggles on super hard because I'm ragingly incompetent and just basically a swamp troll. But I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay, we had a request to see how do we shoot our videos. So right now I am streaming on my phone. This is a Galaxy Note 9. I like the notes because they've got the pencil so I can like touch stuff. And I don't know, I like that finer tipped stylus. And when I shoot my videos, I just shoot my videos using the camera on my phone. Typically, I like to use right now I'm in selfie mode. That way I can see and make sure that I'm in frame and I can see y'all's comments a bit, even though I can only see like this many comments at a time. But whenever I'm recording, I use the back side. I never know which is front facing or back side, but the one that's not screen side camera. Do it?
Front facing a selfie.
Okay, so not front facing, the other one. I use that, and this is the new tripod that we've been using, which we purchased the arm. It's a camera arm on Amazon, and then attached it because it attaches with a screw, like right here, to a tripod that I already had for my lights, which we use currently a big rectangle light and a big ring light. They do a really good job, and we also have 2 more fill lights that we use if like the lighting's very bad. But I'm over here by a window now, so I try to only shoot videos during the day, and that helps tremendously on cutting down on harsh shadows. But The only thing that I don't know if I'd recommend about this tripod, about this camera arm, is that you do have to have kind of a particular kind of camera, like tripod mount to secure it to, is the only thing. But you'll notice, and this can hold actually a very heavy, like if you have a proper DSLR camera, you can hold an actual camera with this. But the thing that we like about it more than the ones that we used to use that had like the springs on the arms is this actually tightens down. Like you can open it up and maybe why you no go. So maybe not on that one. But you can loosen it and turn it and like twist it to tighten, and it stays there. Even when I put weight on it, it stays there depending on how hard you twist it. And then right here we have on this one, you can slide down to be in much tighter. You can bring it all the way out to the end. You can turn it this way. And you can also, while this is unhinged, bring this part in and out. So it gives us a lot of dimension to be able to choose, what angle that do we want for recording. And it has the 3 points. Now I do have an ankle weight put around the base of the tripod because most boom arms would have where it extends out to the other side and has a counterweight, and this keeps it from tipping over when I've got my hunky chunky phone in it. But so right here, we can open this up, and just from this one head, we can turn and secure and slide, though it's kind of jammed right now. So I wanted it all the way to the end. Ouch, my finger. But yeah, we can really set and control and then tighten it down. And though it will shake if you bump it, it holds it stable. And this way, whenever we're crafting, there's no tripod legs in the way. I can move my arms. I can set it up as high or as low as I want. This is probably my favorite camera setup that we've ever used. We used to just do a tripod on the table. If you check out some of my older tutorials, you'll actually see the legs of the tripod in the videos. Hey Tracy, I got my shirt from the very lovely Carrie with Unleash the Goddess. You can find her on Facebook. She primarily, I think, does sales like in person at different festivals and events and stuff. But hey Randy.
Yeah.
My tablet won't connect to the YouTube. Like it won't show me live chat. Like it, I'm not connected to Wi-Fi or something. Oh, sorry. Thank you, honey.
Oh, that was live chat.
Did it actually load?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it wasn't loading. Sorry. How do I refresh it? Okay.
You have to close the video.
But then how do I find it again? Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to flip this around. And bye, Jeremy. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, so you can see this is our camera mount. And then our main tripod is just this one. And using these clippy things that our friends Pool Pro or Pro Pool Secrets sent us. They're just like selfie stick adapters. And this is just a tripod from like Walmart. So how to do a live stream from your phone. Okay. So let's see, I can actually show you from our tablet. So let's say you pull up YouTube and you'd click from your channel or from your homepage. This is what it looks like from my channel. Oh, hey. Okay, now I know how to, Randy. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can see. Oh, no, their chickens are dead. Making money on a homestead. You'd click that. And then it says video, which if you clicked that, you could upload video to YouTube from your mobile device, or you can click live. And it says, oh, I haven't live streamed from the tablet before. So let's go ahead and, like, I'm gonna go off screen just in case it shows like a bucket of nudes or something. Or makes me type in a password. So YouTube's gonna be like, hey, give me access to all your crap. And then you're like, okay. And then try the new screen broadcast feature. What's screen broadcast? I didn't know that was a thing. And then you just type in all your crap, and then you'll click next. So I'm gonna type blah blah blush black. That's, oh, and you have to select now whether or not it's for kids. You can go to your more options and do other different things like that. I hope this doesn't mess up this. Small for a thumbnail. Selfie, everybody. And then you'd click go live. And that is how I live stream. Yes, I'm abandoning the stream because I don't want to, like... Okay, cancel the stream. There we go. I don't think I can do 2 live streams at the same time. I can? Holy smokes. I don't know. Just in case, I guess. I don't know. So I hope that that helps. Like, yeah, no, that's rough, Lindy. Because that's something that we're down to 3 chickens now. Poppy, Pepper, and Nutmeg. It's been a really hard winter on the girls. And something ate through the floor of the shed and ate Saffron. So we actually have one of our good friends is being very generous and kind and is helping us make a new chicken enclosure that has, like, on the bottom of it, it has welded mesh wire as well to keep that they can't just dig through the wood. So hopefully that will help with that. But I was in, like, a pretty deep depression for a minute there because it's like I need to be taking good care of my girls because that's why I'm doing this. If I wanted, you know, tortured raccoon eaten or whatever, I think it was a possum again. Those things are the bane of my existence. As far as farm pests go, like I wanted to be providing a better quality of life for my birds than, you know, it's a crapshoot on whether or not something breaks into their coop and eats them. Oh, what's that?
It might be you need 1,000 followers before you can live stream.
Yeah, probably. YouTube has all kinds of hoops and crap you have to jump through now. Like back in 2012 when Randy and I started this channel, like they let you monetize right off the get-go. I don't think they even had live streaming. It's just like everybody really was just treated the same on the platform, and honestly I thought that was pretty cool. Because it was very encouraging. Like, it didn't feel like there's enough crap that you have to struggle against when you're trying to start a channel. It didn't feel like just one more thing that it's like, oh, I've got to jump through this hoop now too. So I don't know if I want to sand the backs of these down or if I want to do a little bit of like a silver nail polish and then dome more resin on the backs. Because I really hate sanding. Like, it is my least favorite thing on the planet. But that would make it a lot nicer if we just went ahead and sanded. Okay, I'll probably take these out to the belt sander later then. You need a certain number of views. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, sorry to hear about your chicks. Thanks, Teresa. I feel like I failed them as their chicken mom. And, but it does have me thinking about the next wave, because 3 chickens is not enough, especially since Poppy is pretty far off her production. Like, I don't know, she's still doing really good. Most days I get an egg out of her. But, she is getting a little bit older. She has a tendency to go broody for, you know, a long time, and I'm not about to dunk her butt in some water. Like, if she wants to be broody, I'll let her be broody. Sanding is cheaper, doming is easier. That is true. That is true and accurate. Huh?
Daniel said, I just got the notification for the live stream. Thanks, you.
Right?
You guys are getting notifications.
Yeah. So I'm just going to wrap some of these guys for in the booth. And in February's Craft-Along kits, I'm sending out a bunch of glow-in-the-dark laser cut heart cap pendant things. And so my favorite way to wrap these that's just nice and easy. We did, J-Max. The tablet holder design was free on the internet. I can't remember the name of the person who made the design, but I found it through the Glowforge forum. And then it was intended for 1/4" wood, so I'm using 3mm, so I had to make some modifications to it to be able to get the thing. Yeah, Rebel, Jim sent some stuff, and I didn't know if they were meant for crafts or for body, so I figured I'd test the the adhesive to make sure it was skin safe instead of just putting it on my forehead and getting chemical burns to go with my raccoon eye bruises from my swim goggles. This was definitely, we cut out the hearts on the Glowforge. I made the SVG file in Inkscape. And then we cut out a whole stack of hearts. That way we could make large and small. And then I went in and filled it in with resin from Little Windows. Hey Randy, do you know where my wire snips are? So Penny said chickens are so prone to stress illness too, so each time a predator gets at one, the rest can really suffer too. Yeah, they always seem off for a few days afterwards, which I mean, can't blame them. Part of their flock just literally got eaten. But I feel like for myself, I need to do better. Thank you. How about that kiss? What?
You ain't forgot.
I love you. Thank you for everything you do.
Uh-oh.
What?
He's awake now.
Oh no.
He said, where's my kiss?
Oh, Sam's like, I want kisses. So, ooh, I'd love to try some orgonite. Yeah, any tips you have, Bev? It's like, teach us your ways. And I'm just making some little spirals off on either side. Hey, Susan, how's it going? Would there be a room in Discord for people to list their YouTube channels? Everyone could watch each other's videos, give you accounts up, and be able to live stream. Yeah. Daniel, make it so?
Is that not already a thing?
I don't know. I thought it was. I think we have a page where it's like you can like feature yourself, like kind of introduce yourself, and if you have like a Facebook and stuff, I think that'd be really appropriate for a place to have feature your YouTube channel as well. Right on, Susan. Felt like Captain Von Luke Picard. Daniel, make it so. Tea Earl Grey hot. But with a bucket of cream and sugar in it because I'm a baby. Mike says, how do you get Bitcoin accepted payment option in your shop on Etsy? I have no idea, Mike. Like, that's some future talk.
I'm still not sure Bitcoins are actually real.
Are Bitcoins real? Is anything real, honestly? Hashtag mindfucked. I'm just going to keep making jewelry. Ooh, Susan, these are... Actually, let me take I'm gonna peel this off. It's driving me crazy. I've got little peach fuzz hairs. I'm a hairy little swamp troll, so I've got little peach fuzz hairs. This would be really cool to put on and get a tan line, though. I'm just saying. If you're not like me and don't hide from the sun, might use that to set in some resin. It burns. That's precious. Wow. Some sites have Bitcoin options. Right on. I don't know. That might be something worth giving a Google. We go through, let me actually pull up. I had taken some pictures of this. Oh my, this is upside down. Oh. I have to say, I opened up to Instagram and the very first thing is Moth Magic. Has this beautiful necklace up there. Okay. So in the Glowforge, when we cut out the hearts, they look like this. And we're using non-proof grade materials, so some of them don't cut through. This one, the board is actually warped, so you can see how the different, kind of heights, like how it fell through there. So we cut that out. And then the way that we remove them from the forge, like this is, you can't really see, but it looks solid black, but there's the forge bed is what it's on. So we lift up the main board, and then I take a strip of masking tape and put it on all these hearts, and then we just lift it, and that way it grabs all those little pieces. And then we come through. This is, we've taken it to our desk, and we're starting to, pull them off. And then, did I not get any more pictures? Well, I've got the rest of it in person. We don't need pictures from on the tablet. Okay, so then we come over here, and I take hearts apart, and we set any duds, like this one did cut through all the way. You can see on the back. So this is just going to go into our crap box. And then I've got like a ton of these little wooden hearts that I'm not entirely certain what to do with, but they're engraved really pretty. I was thinking about saturating them in essential oil and putting them in like a little mesh baggie, and then like whenever you want to use them, you can dip the baggie in water and soak it, and then set it on like the coals of a campfire to help keep bugs away. Maybe, I don't know, it was just an idea. But yeah, we take the little stacks of hearts apart, and we're putting them here on masking tape so that it holds it. And then we go through and actually dome in the resin. So here we have, like, this is what we've got so far. We've got stacks and stacks. Like, after they've set up, but they aren't completely cured, I just cut the strips of tape and then stack them off to the side. That way they can continue curing until they're stiff enough and like fully cured to be able to pull off of the tape. But these guys are glow in the dark, which I think looks really cool. I actually love the green ones. They look really like earthy, I think. And we've been using Art and Glow. Do what, love?
I think that green is going to look cute in shamrocks.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good idea, though. Upper management being useful, holding down all the pillows. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you guys like them. I'm really excited. Like, I'm eager to see what you guys make with them too, because our most recent sneaky peeky tutorial for our patrons is how to do a wrap, and I demonstrate it on this style of focal point. But so long as it's donut shaped ish like this, you can do that same style of wrapping on here. And one of our fans, friends, and patrons, Heather, did a really awesome modification of that wrap just using one of our crescent caps. So it doesn't even have to be donut shaped. It's like, that was really clever. I would have never thought of that. Though now I'm like sorely tempted to wrap some of my moon cabs that way. But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. If you have an Etsy website, put link in Discord mall. Woo! Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Daniel, for moderating our Discord. So some news updates. We still have not heard back from the venue about Craft Along Con, or Camp Craft Along rather. But I'm still hopeful that it'll be pretty cool. And that it'll actually get to happen. We're still thinking, again, we don't know till we hear back from the venue, but we're still thinking October would be really nice. Though we'll have to see, and we'll probably take a poll and be like, hey guys, what time of year is best for you to come to Camp Craft Along? I'm really excited about it, honestly. Then, well, those are almost the same exact length. I think it's close enough. But yeah, I just wanted to make something simplistic. Like, we sold out of our booth inventory for Christmas. So now Randy and I are in a position where we're like, granted, we only have 2 vending events this year. And then technically 12 live auctions, one of which is already under our belt. Though we're probably going to do an auction every weekend leading up to Christmas too. Just because that was madness. But hey, Tweet, we are making some little wire wrapped hearts that glow in the dark and are under black light. Well, thank you. But yeah, I thought it would just be a nice little, like, simple reversible too, if you like the kind of a matte backside, all flat. We could go through and do a second doming on this if we wanted, but I like leaving we used birch wood, and I like leaving it bare because it'll start to kind of age and absorb the oils from your skin and really become your own, and you can actually put little spots of essential oil on it. Right on. Do you think the resin skeleton keys will work? I think that would be pretty cool. I would actually try cold casting for the skeleton keys. It's where you have resin, but instead of adding like an alcohol ink or a glow powder, you would add like actual powdered metal. In that way, you get the look and feel of, a true skeleton key. I don't know, I think that'd be neat. I am using 18 gauge silver plated parawire. Let me grab the little UV light. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying glow in the dark stuff right now. So now the purple is probably the least glowy of all of the yeah, oh, that's a fair point. I hadn't thought of that. We'll have to test that out. The purple has the lowest glow factor, and it's not going to pick up on the camera right now. Oops. But it does glow, I promise. And also the battery on this is almost dead. But some of them, like the greens and the blues, glow best. Like crazy vibrant. Are you allergic to latex gloves? I don't think so. I usually use nitrile. Just because I don't really like the smell of latex. I mean, it didn't like bother, like it doesn't bother me beyond that I'm like, well, latex. But yeah, nice and glowy green. So that's it. And then you can still not see. I can see it glowing with my eyeballs, but the camera doesn't pick up on it. Do you have my little order packed up yet? I only asked because if not, I wondered if I might be able to switch something. It's all packed, no worries. I don't think we've processed your order yet, Rebels. If you want to send us a message, email Etsy, email or Etsy, or if you're not worried about it, you can just publicly here. But it'd help us the best, I think, if it were through email or Etsy, because I'm very forgetful of what you'd like, and we can see about doing that for you. Avoid latex if using resin, not a big combo. Oh, really? I had no idea. And this one glows really nice. I think that one's just pretty. It's another resin piece we had done. Yeah, check the glow on that one, you guys. Absolutely love that blue glow. And we've got some hearts that are blue like this that we're sending out in our Craft-along kits for February. Pink. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I like it. Ooh, it goes all gooey and icky. Right on. I had no idea. That is really, really good to know. Unless you like gooey and icky things. No, it's yesterday I was cleaning out. Was it yesterday? I don't know. The other day. The other day. Yeah, Randy says the day before. I was cleaning out molds, and I guess I had dripped like just some uncured, like unmixed resin into one of the molds, and I'd gotten in there and scooped it with my finger, and it all got underneath, like under my fingernail, and I was just like, oh, this is nasty. Dish soap got it off, but it took a lot of scrubbing, and then my fingers still felt weird, and I didn't eat any, so that was good. Ooh. Oh, that would be really neat, Nick. To do like a wooden resin druzy. That would be really cool. Jim says, next costume, use glow resin with LEDs underneath, make it self-charging. That's kind of what we did with the Spyro. Do what, Randy?
It's the new fingernail color.
Yes. I do have to say, it makes me really proud of y'all that y'all are being so supportive to each other and stuff. Like, that's awesome. Always good when you don't eat icky goo. Yep. Katrina says, last batch of Orgonite I did was with clear glass resin and it didn't cure correctly. Was using plastic candy molds. Just had to throw everything away. Oh no. Okay, I think some slightly longer. No, I'm just gonna wrap like this. This one doesn't really need any. Ugh, there's the heater again. It is cold, and I like the heater heating, but it's so loud. It really does. I think the front's coming through. I was thinking about making the chickens some oatmeal. Just because it's been a minute since I've given them a hot treat. Yes, we are. We are doing a giveaway today of one of our Craft-along kits. So, has it really been an hour? It's been an hour. Okay, so real quick, if everybody wants to go leave a comment on last Tuesday's live stream, that'll put your name in the hat for we will do the drawing for today's giveaway. And then after this live stream is over, if you go ahead and leave a comment, then your name will be put into the hat for next week's live stream giveaway. And then, of course, a shameless plug. If you like our Craft-along kits and you're super sad that you didn't win, we do send them out monthly on our Patreon, as well as sell them on our Etsy shop as well. Do what? It's a Craft-along kit. Sorry, I thought I had said that already. So you love the way the fairy house baby turned out, and I saw you celebrate your action. Cool. Yeah, thanks, Joe. That was phenomenal. I was kind of sad that I didn't get to keep it, but it turned out to have gone to one of my old high school friends, which was really cool. Thanks, Tweet. Metatron says my deck has an inch of hail on it from 5 minutes of hailing. That's gross. I don't think we need any groceries or anything. We should be okay. Bye, Jim. Thanks for popping in. And thank you so much for your generous gift. What's up?
Are you serious?
About what? Randy?
You got 8 comments on last Tuesday's live stream.
That was it?
Yeah.
Noise.
Somebody's gonna win.
Are you sure that's the right live stream?
No, that would be optional.
Okay. Okay, how many contenders are in 65 comments? Right on. Well, the odds are slightly less good than the 8 comments on our auction, but that's okay. But yeah, whenever our next vending event is Anime St. Louis, so we have a lot of kids that come through. So we want stuff that looks nice. That way, you know, they can wear it even when they're 25 and it'll still kind of go with their outfits and stuff. But that it's not going to be super expensive. It's going to be durable. And yeah, so I think these will be cool. Just getting a nice little stack going. Let's go bother Randy for the giveaway. Oh, I don't have my hat on. Look away. No, actually, it's basically just a bun on top of my head. There we go. I'm coming through. Now we go uphill again. Uh-oh, we're drifting. Hey. I just like getting to do that. I only do that once a week for the live streams.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me go grab the giveaway prize.
Got a few more in.
Okay.
That video, Gene.
Huh?
Missouri Drift.
Missouri Drift. Okay, so I have the giveaway kit.
By the way, even a comment such as comment.
Yep. It doesn't have to have substance. It's just got to be there. Do you wear the hat outside ever? Because it's totally something you see here in Northwest in public. I do wear them into the backyard when it's cold. I have a wider brimmed black one that I wear that still keeps the sun off my face. It's like my winter garden hat because it's still warm. Okay. So if you haven't gotten your comment in, it's too late.
We have 71.
Ooh, 71. Okay. And we are in random comment picker.
Here we
Go.
Mess up my rings.
I got you. Ooh, YC Flint. Another great day. Congratulations, YC Flint. You have won one of our $20 wire wrapping kits. I'll just write on the top of it. And do you guys want to see what's in it, or do you want it to be a surprise for YC Flint? If you could, YC Flint, if you could send us an email at backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com with, right on, there you are, with where you would like us to ship it to, we'll go ahead and get it shipped out today. We're doing a lot better so far this year. Okay, so you have won a spool 7 yards of 18 gauge parawire, 40 yards of 28 gauge parawire, and these are uncoated because we're going to be doing a tutorial upcoming of how I oxidize and polish my wire wrapped pieces. And then we also have a little baggie here with
a little less things now.
a couple of little metal snowflake charms.
Put those back in the
Put
bag.
those back in the bag so I don't lose them. Ooh, a little crescent moon for wire wrapping. Manaya, ooh, Another little crescent moon. And we did list some of these individually up on our Etsy shop for $8 a piece. So just to kind of give you the idea of the value that's here in these boxes. And then some of our very first batch of wood burnt cutouts. We've got a little tab pendant that you can add a ring to or however you want. And then this one that you can actually put resin in or just hang it as a pendant. And you can paint these with like acrylics or watercolor paint. I really like using India ink on them. So in the little baggie. And just so you guys know, this was one of our $20 kits from on Patreon. So that's all the stuff that you get for being one of our pledgers.
Right.
So this one, will you hold on to that for me?
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you, Randy. Wow! Oh no, I'm wrecking. I'll just get up and walk. How about that? Okay, so, bye, Lisa. You could use nail polish as well. And also, I just really like the look of the bare wood right now. Like, that's really getting me where I'm going. Yeah, the dogs are so used to me. They actually know they're more likely to be run over if they get up and try to run. So, I'll flip this around. Yeah, it still hasn't started raining yet, but it still just looks gross outside. Baby, it's gross outside. But yeah, be sure to leave a comment after this live stream's over, everybody who's watching, if you would like to be put into our next week's giveaway. I like getting to do that. It's a fun little way of... Late to the chat. Could you explain the hat, please? It hides my lack of effort hair. And I think it's super cute and it's warm and it's really cold today. And my feet are swelling, so I'm wearing flip-flops. So I either need warm feet or a warm head. Both would be nice, but I'm not there. How would resin the wooden leaf? Okay, the way that I do the leaf is use like a pipette applicator or like a toothpick and just do a little bit of resin and kind of pick it up with the toothpick and kind of glob it in there. The length of wire that I'm using for just these little pendants that I've been doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 7 inches. So wire wrapping doesn't always have to take up a whole lot of materials. And that's something that I actually really like about it. And I like doing that twist because it hides the little holes on these. I don't think we're going to do, we're experimenting still, learning what we can and cannot do effectively on the Glowforge, and the little holes just were not a good idea. Jean, you can use the sun, or you can use, they have some different UV lights on the market. I've seen some people use these, but I think the ones that are designed for when you do your nails and you put your hand into it, I think those ones work really well. Very powerful, very efficient. I actually prefer to work with UV resin at night. That way it doesn't start to cure when I'm still working with it. And then, so it's nice to be able to put it in there, let it sit and let all the bubbles come out, and then put it into the cure bed whenever you're ready. Are you making tea?
Yeah.
May I have a cup?
Did you drink?
No, I still have like half a cup of coffee left. It's just cold.
Are you chugging the coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Prolonged eye contact.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, all the creamer was in the bottom though. I don't believe in faking sick due to any time I've previously felt sick soon after. Yeah, I always feel like it's super duper bad karma because it's like I never want to like make up an excuse for anything because then I'm like, if I'm ever like, oh no, we can't come, we have car trouble, I'm like, guess who's gonna have car trouble now? So I just burn bridges and say, I'm not going if I want to. That's why no one else employs me. It's because I will 100% tell you the truth directly to your face. Or at least I aspire to. There's times when I'm like, fine, I'll do it. Because it's like, do I want to be a butthole or do I want to just do the thing? We need to send a cup of tea to Kentucky, Randy, if we could. Yeah. Got me. Ooh, right on, Lindy. It won't be warm when it gets there, he says. Yeah, UV cures are pretty expensive. I'm not fake sick. I just say not feeling well and can't come in because mentally I don't feel well enough to go in. I need milk. Okay. Right on. Yeah.
A little out of focus.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's focusing on the step plate really intensely.
Gotcha. So that's a batch of oops. I have no idea how much we're going to sell them for. But there's 5 pendants ready for in the booth. If you want to take them outside, the light colored ones don't charge very well at all.
Really?
Yeah. And so now we have some, I want to do some more pendants. And I had made some of these wolf pendants and I try to be respectful of other people's opinions and stuff. I really do. And like whenever people bring up points, but I feel like sometimes people are assholes. But anyways, it was brought up and one of the people who brought this up was actually very respectful and like genuine about it. So that's the one that I'm focusing on, not the ones who are assholes. But these were made from using a mold from a pendant or a mold that I had made from a pendant that was given to me.
And it's super faint blue.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like this one. It's got like a little chip off its ear.
I'm gonna replace the batteries on this.
Sure. But the question was about if it's ethical to buy a pendant, from, let's say, AliExpress, because I think that's where the pendant was from, and modify it because one of the eyes was offset and I didn't like it, so I modified it a bit. And then to make a mold of that, and then to cast the resin, electroform, and then use that as a building component in your final piece. Because what I do is after I'm going to be filing these up, I'm going to be making a ring using, I use Umu 30, I think. It's a slow cure tin-based silicone mold compound. I'm using epoxy sculpt to join that to the ring and then using epoxy sculpt and like copper tape and different stuff to join a crystal up to the top. And I feel like as an artisan that's fine. But I do understand that somebody out there did sculpt and make the original wolf that they then on AliExpress ripped off the design of and then made a million casts of so that like the art isn't the money isn't going back to the original artisan. But regardless of that step, it's still ethically a gray area to me. Some people are much more cut and dry about it. Now I feel like if I took that wolf head, didn't make any modifications, made molds of it, and started manufacturing them and claiming it as my own, to me that's a hard no. That's like, no, that's wrong, you don't do that. But I feel like because I'm transparent, not just to y'all here on YouTube, but to our customers, you know, if somebody asks me, hey, how did I make that, I tell them. And so I'm not claiming somebody else's work as my own, and I don't feel like that's too different than you know, if I were to buy an octopus pendant from Hobby Lobby and then made a strung necklace or something out of it. Like, I can still say, yes, this is my work because I did make it, but I made it with purchased components. So it's very easy in an online setting to get very nitpicky about the semantics of, did you smelt the metal? And it's like, well, no, but you can also go fuck yourself. So I get really frustrated by people who, it does seem like some folks are just there to argue. So that's how I feel about it. How's it going? Do the new batteries help? Oh, you're just Randy's just like, ugh.
I just got in here.
I got called a horrible friend and stealing just because I make some dice jewelry, even though my jewelry is way different than what they did. Now, Mandy, I've actually seen relationships end over that. Is it just not? Now, the purple really doesn't glow. You can see it glowing a little bit. Oh, you're hitting the lights. That might help. And it can be really difficult area. And the best thing that you can do whenever you're in a relationship like that is to just talk to each other. Like, be like, hey, I'm feeling hurt. Like, I'm sorry that this happened. But then also, ooh, yeah, that's cool. And that one's just got some chunks in it. But that one's mostly a Pearl X resin. Thank you, baby. We turn the lights back on. Thank you. Somebody drink on my coffee. But it's the responsibility of, if one of y'all goes out and buys this wolf head on AliExpress and makes molds of it and does the electroforming or resin casting or all the different steps and makes a pendant and stuff, that's you doing you. If I feel butthurt about it, that's my responsibility. You are not responsible for my feelings, and I'm not responsible of yours. It's up to us to be considerate of each other, but it's like I have to moderate and check my own behavior. So, ooh, it is cold outside. Ow, get these off me, they're cold. Gross. But and so anytime that, and I call it inflicting myself on the people around me, anytime that I'm feeling upset about something, I have to check myself and be like, is this something, am I being reasonable in being upset? I'm not invalidating that I'm upset. Like, I never want to invalidate what somebody's going through, because the emotions that you're experiencing and feeling are real. But as sentient humanoids, it's our responsibility to be mindful and not let our emotions and our experiences rule us. Easier said than done, trust me. But a person can aspire. So I don't know why I got on a big old soapbox about that, but I haven't made these pendants for a year because I was so upset by people's rude comments. And then if you kind of dig a little bit, it's people who they don't even make, not that it matters, but they don't even, like, they're not even crafters. They're just people with opinions. And I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
Gray. Hot.
Ooh, thank you, my love.
Hot.
I also didn't see after putting them in game shops because the game shop already had their product. Yeah, no, Mandy, it's the best I can say is good luck to you. because that can be difficult to navigate. Oftentimes, I know I can only speak for myself personally, but any times that I've ever gotten upset about anything design related is maybe because I felt like like insecure, like that the friend did a better job than I did, or that in a specific instance that I'm thinking of, there was a time that I had made a product that they did not invent, but that they already carried, and they got upset with me, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and I stopped making it whenever we were at craft shows together. But then we were at a craft show together, like sharing booth space, and they'd made a design that was a blatant step-by-step replication of one of my pieces, and that I had felt very proud of because, new in my career as a jewelry designer, it's hard to feel like this was truly uniquely just me. I didn't follow a tutorial. I didn't get inspired by somebody else's design. This was fully from my heart and from my mind, and I was reveling in the feeling of it being my own. And then to have it replicated so well, it like just made me feel kind of crappy that it's like I'm not allowed to make something that's just the same type of product, but you're allowed to completely replicate my own work that was very particularly like step by step you replicated it. Like, I wasn't upset that she had replicated it. I mean, if I got upset about that kind of stuff, I would not be teaching tutorials for a living. Encouraging people to be like, yes, replicate the hell out of this, sell the hell out of this. I was upset that she wasn't treating me by the same standard that she was expecting to be treated. And so that's where people tend to lose me. My sales aren't going so well either. Time to expand the net. We can do this, sister. Y'all got this. Yeah, so my heart goes out to you, Mandy, because it's a mucky thing to traverse. Hey, y'all, if you need info on websites, I have a friend that's an actual web designer, just FYI. Ooh, Michelle's got the hookup. Natasha says, I saw something on Instagram that said this is an XYZ Studio original and exclusive design. Except it was something I made 2 years ago and posted in wire wrapping groups. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. That sucks, because it's like I hate to throw stones. Like, I will not be somebody who throws stones, because it's like there's not an idea I've ever had in this world that couldn't be traced back to some derivative of something or the other of somebody else doing it first. Like, I'm just going to be blatant and say it's bad business, being as public as I am about everything that I do, to blatantly rip off people's designs, which is why I try my best to not do that. Because it's like, I'm not just going to get caught. I'm going to get caught immediately and have the full wrath of cancel culture descend upon me. Like, I know there's not a thing in this world I'll be able to do and get away with, so I just don't do it. But it's like, it's really hard to not want to address oh, is it? Is it really? That's very interesting. Like, and get passive-aggressive and catty, and passive-aggressive just makes me get hostile immediately, whether I'm doing it or whether somebody else is doing it. So it's, that's why I just stand under my rock and make stuff. But they don't even seem to say they like it. Shark teeth, dolphin, fin clay pendants, clay paw print keychains, pop rose, but not. Do what, love? Oh, they sent the email?
Yeah.
Right on, we got your email for today's giveaway. YC Flint. Thank you. It's the stuff you can use to rub against nail polish to give this cool effect. Ooh. Oh, the tea?
Yeah.
Which, thank you, by the way. But yeah, before I go through and do any electroforming, I do like to go through and get all of the sharp edges taken care of. Really interested, you guys, I'm not going to lie, in lost wax casting. But it seems like I just keep finding increasingly expensive hobbies to be interested in. Oh, the winner for today's giveaway, Jean, was YC Flint. But we're having another giveaway next week. Have people just big butts and probably not legal themselves. What? But yeah, there's just little bits and pieces that I want to keep it as clean and tidy right from the get-go. Right on, forget-me-not. Mama Salty, that's not a stupid question at all. Electroforming is fundamentally electroplating. It's you cover your item in a conductive paint, either graphite or actually have some copper paint that I'm going to be experimenting with. And then you submerge it in a solution with an anode and a diode. And the solution is copper sulfate, I believe. Could be wrong. It's been a minute since I've said words about electroforming. And then you run a current, and the copper is suspended, like, you submerge, like, I use, like, copper piping, like, tubing from, like, the hardware store, or melted down scrap copper, you know, just anything, and you run it, through, the electricity will carry copper from the tube through the solution and deposit it onto our resin pieces that we cast here. And you can, if you do just a small plating, that's just electroplating. The electroforming is tweaking and messing with the current, like increasing or decreasing the amps or voltage or whatever. I don't know. I just turn the knob a bunch. I'm a crafter, not a scientist. I don't really know what's happening. I'm just mixing stuff together. And you can get it to form these little nodes and nodules and bumps and really get some unique character going. And so it is actually how I made this. So what we do is we start by casting in resin. Like, this was an old button that I had found in, like, in a sale. And I had made a cast of it with silicone, and then I poured resin into the mold, and now I'll go through and clean up kind of the overpour, sand the back a little flatter, fill this little nub in, like sand that down, do as much prep work on the resin as we can. That way when we go through and do the electroforming, and you can see all these cool little bumps and textures and stuff. Recommend I get the one flat set pliers, or can I use those like round nose? I've found that for smushing down the wires, I do like something flat because the round nose can tend to just push the wire from one side to the other, whereas the flat nose can actually smush and flatten that wire down. But yeah, with these guys, I just went through and I made a cast of a modified AliExpress pendant. And now I'm coming through, like I made a mold of it and then I cast it out of resin. But it's, I don't know, I'm very guilty of it's a lot easier for me to feel like, nah, who cares, if it's like a faceless corporation. Because honestly, if it were like a friend of mine who had cast, or who had made the original wolf head, I would not be making molds of it unless I had explicit permission from them. I'd probably be paying royalties or something. But so I'm a raging hypocrite. I've embraced that. Hippie hypocrite. But I'm doing the best I can, guys. Like, I'd say give me a break, but
Giving her all she's got.
don't give me any more mercy than what you would give yourselves or a friend or a stranger. So. Hey Sally, how's it going? Have you tried electroforming twigs and flowers, nuts? I've seen some other people do that. I haven't yet. I've been really afraid of contaminating my solution by not sealing them properly, but I do want to do some electroformed walnuts, or walnut hulls, the shells of the black walnuts from the trees outside from the. Anita says, I've got that pendant from China. I think what you've done is cool. Right on. Memory Keepers is coming out with a machine in May that makes instant plastic molds for $120. The plastic can withstand soap and chocolate. Ooh. Yeah. Mama Sally. Right on. But yeah, just doing some touch-up work. This one had a lot of overflow on it. So I'm going to try to have some of these wolves ready for the auction. But I'm also a person who has a very loose opinion on fan art. And there's a lot of people who are like, no, that's blatant ripping off of somebody's private IP. And it's like, I mean, it is, but oh well. Like, I'm a bad person, whatever. Would you have a word with my cab? It's refusing to sit long enough for me to wrap it, fetching thing. Threaten it with some tape. Tape it down all dominatrix style wire wrapping technique. Tape it up all fancy and discipline it into sitting there. What do you plan to do with the wolves? Are you going to wire wrap them? With these ones in particular, I'm going to use epoxy sculpt to join them to a metal ring. And then I'm gonna set a cab or a crystal up at the top. It's rebelling against the tape.
No, maybe you start talking about dominatrix stuff, and Sally's like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, bye, Sally. But and then I'm gonna set a crystal up at the top. I had made some like this about this time last year. I called them Moonchild pendants. Ooh, I think I might actually try doing the frame and then wood burn or using the Glowforge to cut out like the phases of the moons and securing those. And then seeing how that wood electroforms. I'll have to seal it, but I think that'll be all right. Yeah, it was one of my favorites, and our niece Maddie actually has one of them, and it's really nice to get to see it kind of holding up. Okay, I've zoomed back out. I didn't realize the tripod was sinking and sinking and sinking. And I just use my same metal files. I could use a Dremel here, but I find that it often, I don't have enough control even on the lowest speeds with my Dremel to get just the fine detailing that I want without it biting in too much to the resin. And it's so soft, like you don't even have to have files. You could do this with just a regular, 50-cent emery board. Right on, Lydia. And that's what these guys will be bases for, is that electroforming. Really like all these different shaped files that Jim sent me. Oof. What do you think of liver sulfur for aging copper? Not sure if you missed or answered it. My screen froze. Oh, sorry. I love it. I actually prefer a product. It's a liver of sulfur gel. I like that much more than the dried like chunks of liver of sulfur. Woo. Oh. Oh no. No, Judy says the wish list doesn't work. We'll have to check that out, Judy.
What wish list are you going to?
I don't know. The Amazon one?
Because every one I know of works.
Oops. Oh no, that almost went into my teeth that I forgot I had. I'll show you, Tim. Instagram. Instagram.
Do you have a Facebook group?
Instagram. We do not have a Facebook group. Do what?
So we kind of hate Facebook.
Well, we stopped using it. It was too much to juggle. Man, this was a lifetime ago, wasn't it? So I'm going to be making one of these with these wolves. So you can see we take the wolf and we used a pre-made pendant from like AliExpress. Made a mold of it, like made some modifications to make the eyes be a little different. Made a mold of it, casted out of resin. Now I'm cleaning up the resin, and then I'll put the resin into a electroforming bath where we pass an electrical current through it, and we'll have painted this with a conducive electrically, like a conductive paint, which is actually, it's a graphite lubricant in a spray can. I just take that and I spray them because graphite conducts electricity really nicely, and it gives us a really fine-grained coverage. And then, like, this is actually the one that my niece has, and I love her. So, yeah, right, Metatron? But, do it, honey?
I don't know, that one just worked for me.
Right on. Randy, you're very specifically not supposed to be going and looking at the wish list.
Oh, right.
Because as soon as we get paid, I need to buy you something for our 15-year anniversary. Which...
Well, unless it's laser magnets, I don't notice.
Okay. We'll get off of there before you see something you're not supposed to. Right, forget me not. But yeah, all of the cleanup work we do now is going to be less work we're going to have to do, and it's a lot easier to file down and shape resin than it is to file down and shape metal. Okay. Is the one down in the video description broken? Because we might just need to refresh that. Ooh, that tea's good, by the way, Randy. Jean says, careful with the pointy files when they slip. It hurts. It sure does. And this finger and this finger both have like a fungal infection where the fingernails are like having a hard time. Like they're separating from the nail bed. And actually putting polish on has actually been helping. I think because for the longest time I wouldn't wear nail polish because I was like, well, I need the nail bed to be able to breathe. But now with the treatment that I'm using in conjunction with the nail polish, my nail bed has grown back out healthy to like here, but it's still detached up into that point. And I was closing a ring and my pliers slipped and went and stabbed under, and I was like, "Ugh!" Like, what kind of fresh hell is this? mm. Oh, it's really good stuff, that tea is. So yes, it's crafting is pain. I actually have a scar on my stomach. I'm gonna leave my clothes on because I'm wearing a jumper and I don't want to like show you guys. Can't be getting naked on YouTube live stream.
The only way to show
But
would be.
yeah, the only way to show right now would be to get full on Nikki. But my pliers slipped. I was working with stainless steel, so a lot of force behind it, and the pliers slipped. And this is before I used my bent nose, and so I just stabbed myself like seppuku style in the stomach with my chain nose pliers, and so hashtag crafting life. So this one, it looks like the whole tip there is broken off. I think this one's gonna have to go into a crap box. Well, toss that into the crap bin. Thanks, Amy. Congratulations on 24. Wow. That's cool. I'm excited to see where Randy and I are at. Like, it's been an amazing 15 years together, and I can't wait to bother him for at least 15 more. Okay, so I've been using a spray like graphite. It's like a lubricant for like locks and hinges and stuff. And this stuff says shake well before use, best used with an airbrush or small HVLP sprayer, may be thinned 6-to-1 with water, air dries in 1 hour. Spray 1 or more thin coats and allow to dry. For best results, dip in tinning solution after paint is dry. Proceed to plating with acid copper. Because I had painted it on with a brush and got like really streaky. Like you can almost still see like the strata of how it was deposited. So I think I'm going to try airbrushing this. Combustible. Punctuation is important because there's a period after the combustible, but I was like combustible if swallowed, and I was like, oh, what? So give large quantities of water or milk. Oh, he needs some milk. Eyes, flush with water for 15 minutes, get new eyes. Skin, flush with water for 15 minutes, get new eyes. Inhaled, remove to fresh air. Yeah, this is definitely something I'm gonna need to do outside with a mask on if I'm airbrushing metal particles. So we'll be doing this not during the live stream because I don't be juggling a bunch of different things. Wow, Teresa says I will celebrate my 45 years this June. I'm watching you while making jewelry, and he's doing a crossword and watching the Weather Channel. Living the life. That sounds like the dream, man. I gotta go do something. I'll be right back, because speaking of dreams, I want to share something with you guys. So, be right back. Oof. Oh, So I think it's very healthy to have dreams, even if they don't happen. Just to dream a dream, invigorates your spirit. Dream it, plan it like it's going to happen, and then if it never does, you still have the joy of getting to plan it, and you get to plan. You can plan 1,000 dreams until you find the one that you're like, yes, this. And then even if that one doesn't happen, any hundreds of variations from it can be a very nice halfway happy. Like, I am down for compromising on my dreams so long as it gets made into a reality. But here we have what my most recent garden plan. Forget me not, Jules says, a dream that you wish for will come true. A dream that you wish for can come true. A dream that you work for will. And I believe in that more than anything, because I've seen, we've had some really, really bad luck sometimes, but more often than not, we have very good luck, but we've also worked really hard to be ready for when the good luck finds us. And it's, like how they say, talent can't outrun training. I believe in hard work more than anything in this world. And so this is my dream for this year. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Oh, I love that, Daniel. I love that. Ooh, right? Oh, Manaya. Make it happen, Captain. That sounds amazing. But this is our backyard, kind of. Hey, Randy. I texted you a picture. Can I use your phone so I can show it to them? So this time of year, when it's cold and everything is mud and chicken shit, I forget that this was our garden in 2019. This was May 2019. I was sitting on the back porch and lifted the camera on the tripod up as high as I could and then yelled cheese until the photo app took a picture of the backyard. But it's too easy for me to forget what this looks like when outside. It looks like that. Just gray and dreary and wonderful, but I miss that. No filters, just green. Just green, growing things with bugs and critters and not cold. I also forget how much mosquitoes suck, but this was our garden in 2019. And I pulled up this picture last night and dreamed a little dream. Yeah, amen, Lindy. And so the beds that are kind of dashed, those beds are not here yet. So I'm thinking of adding in 4 more beds. We have a friend who's helping us make, actually I say helping us, so far he has done all of the work. We really need to go help him. Right on, Nori. At this point, it's been 7 years of hard work. But that's our shed that I helped my stepdad Fred build, which is like precious to me. Our rabbit enclosure overhang, which currently we're keeping the rabbits in the chickens in the shed, but that heater turned off. I can talk without feeling like I'm yelling. This is a 4 foot by 8 foot coop that the opening to it is going to be like here, and I want like a door that like levers down to be like a little running ramp. That way, Poppy's getting old. She doesn't hop so good as she used to. That way she can just walk up into the coop. I know, but I'd rather get to see her waddle up her ramp. Because that thick butt, though. But then I can come in here and tend my birds. Do what, honey?
Poppy will be young forever.
She is. She's the most beautiful and perfect burb I've ever known. Um, Bev says I asked my dream book what it meant. It said I have no idea, no clue, you weirdo. But so we're gonna get that put up, and then right now this whole enclosure the chickens have the full run of. But we're gonna limit them down to here, and then have like training tubes to where we can like just kind of a net of chicken wire where we can put them in between, and each day have a different section of run. But we've got some lily bulbs and stuff and a dwarf cherry tree over here in this corner. But some old perennials. That's my favorite things about perennials is money and effort that we spent 7 years ago at this point are still coming back. Now, I haven't grown tomatoes in this area yet, but so I think that'd be a good spot to put them. I like to crop rotate every year. That way, it really does help cut back on like pests and stuff. And also different plants are pulling similar but different proportions of nutrients from the soil, and that way I don't overtax a certain nutrient from any certain soil spot. So just tomatoes and marigolds in this bed, along with the perennials that are low growing that'll be coming up. But the lilies, by the time the lilies are come up and spent, the tomatoes will just then be getting tall enough that they won't be a bother. And now I started drawing it wrong. This is actually this fence, and there's a little bit of gap missing there. But this is very shaded, and so it's lilies and mint. The lilies are already there. I'm gonna move in the mint and do some parsley transplants because they'll do okay once this is shaded, because we're growing pumpkins on a hog panel trellis at the top of the pergola that Fred had started to put in, and we never finished. And now it is actually finished, just not with the original plan. Our raspberry bed's already established. We'll be putting a lot of annuals in it: zinnias, marigold, basil, sunflowers. I'm moving Randy's grandma's irises from the side of the house where they just haven't been doing well into this bed because I think they'll do a lot better. It's a lot more sun. Since y'all asked, I'm showing you my garden. They're like, oh, this is supposed to be a wire wrapping live stream. I'm dreaming dreams, bitches. But yeah, it does. It's a craft. Mint is very invasive, but so is crabgrass. Like, crabgrass is the bane of my existence. Or buffalo grass, or whatever crap it is that we have here. But like, I've got squirrels burying, like, every year we've got probably 30 black walnut trees that sprout on our property. There's chokeweed that comes up. There's like so much other stuff that's also invasive. But since we keep rabbits, if the mint ever gets unruly, I just cut it back and feed it to the rabbits. They love it. So I use mint as a cover crop because it's beautiful. It blooms. We have varieties that are native to this area, or at least have naturalized. They're great for pollinators. They smell really good, which in a yard full of chickens just pooping on everything, that's nice. And they keep the weeds down. So while some people are like, mint will take over your whole yard, I'm like, so will weeds. And mint, yeah, mint's a lot easier to pull up than that deep-rooted rhizome crabgrass that grows like everywhere in my yard, that the rabbits won't even eat. They're like, I don't like it. It has a very low nutritional value. The stems are very woody. They don't like it. I'm trying to keep my chickens from digging up my flower beds. What I've been doing is we took the same remesh that we use for our tomato cages. I just lay that down on top of the beds. It looks kind of like prison in the spring before stuff has grown, but it has like 6-inch holes that it's enough that like you can get your hand in, you can still weed, you can still plant stuff, and the plants will grow up through it just fine. But the chickens, like, they can't get free range to scratch, so they'll kind of, they'll leave it alone a bit. You could go with a smaller mesh, but then I've had some problems with like the wire getting in the way of the plant growing. Like I don't go smaller than a 2" by 4" mesh if I'm using like upcycled wire or something. Ooh, Katrina says you can also make mint extract, mint syrup, and so on from fresh mint. That's a really good idea. I usually just at the end of the fall I chop it and dry it and give it to the rabbits as kind of a minty hay, or burn it in the house. Ooh, mint juleps. Then I'll never get any work done. Ooh, fresh mint tea. Yeah, I love lemon balm for a fresh tea. But yeah, so and I'm kind of not quite monocropping our crops this year in each bed, but I am kind of having each bed is only going to have one type of root, one type of low growing, and one type of climbing plant per bed at any given time. Whereas in the past I've done like lettuce and spinach and radish and beets all in the same bed, and then they have them all maturing at different rates, and it's like I'd kind of like everything in one bed to be planted, succession planted, but then once it's no longer lettuce, I'm just going to take it out and then put in a bunch of herbs. That way, because it's like in the past 7 years here of gardening, like come September, like everything's just dead. Like my tomatoes are spent, my peppers are done, like everything has been ravaged to the ground by bugs or heat or storm. And so I'm like, I'm just going to put in like, not mint, but like annual herbs, just like basil. Basil is my go-to. Basil and parsley. I've never in my life had enough of it. Thai basil, though, to be particular. And it's just so pretty, and it flowers, and the bugs love it, and it makes me feel like, oh, I'm not a failure as a human being, as a gardener, because it's I go outside and stuff's growing and being happy and doing well. Like, yeah, I don't have to harvest, or like if I miss the harvest on herbs, it's not rotting on the vine. It just goes to flower. So I really like that. But yeah, I'm super excited. This took me like 3 hours. I'm excited about it. And Randy's gift to me for our 15-year anniversary is 2 lessons a month of horseback riding, until either we can't afford it anymore or I decide I don't like it, or just like for this foreseeable future, he's like, this is a childhood dream of yours and we're gonna make it happen. And I was like, because I honestly had just completely let go of the concept of getting to have horses in my life, because they're so big, they're so expensive, there's so much that I don't know, and this is one of those instances where I can't just Google it. Like my complete and total lack of experience could get me really hurt, as well as be very unpleasant for the animal too, I'm certain. But we found a stable in Springfield where we're going to be going twice a month anyways for glass fusing classes, and we're like, it's only an hour. If we keep doing well on Etsy sales, then we can keep doing this. And so I sent an email to see if I'm too plus sized for their horses, and I haven't heard back. And I'm afraid to call because I don't want to be told, yes, I'm too fat to ride their horses, even though I'm pretty sure that that's the case. But I know. Hey, Jim. But I don't know. We'll see. Just because I think the stable specializes in Arabians, which, as far as I understand, ignorant, are a lighter horse. And horses are technically only supposed to carry 20% of their body weight for like, and that's the tack, the person, the everything. So I just don't know if this stable has any horses that are big enough to I just realized I've been on Top Chat this entire time. 2 hours in. How did I change it? Oh, to live chat. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, it depends on the I just don't know if they have any horses that are big enough. So I'm kind of scared to find that out, but we'll see. It is definitely, Joe, it is definitely incentive for losing weight. So Susan says Arabians are slight build. When I rode, the stable had big Clydesdales, so I rode them. Yeah, I'm hoping they got a big beefy boy that I can ride. And oh wow, Tweak to Believe says I've never heard of weight limit even with my Arabian. Yeah, Jim says that means a 1,400 pound horse can carry 280 pounds. And I'm hopeful, but a lot of it, and I know, like, I was reading some articles and stuff because I'm not familiar with the, like, equestrian community, except for that I, like, obsessed about horses, well up until probably when Dad passed away. Like, I was hardcore obsessed until my whole life got uprooted and was in turmoil, but that's fine. But, like, I really, like, I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, I was reading some articles, and it was written into, like, a magazine, like, publisher, like, their website about, like, equestrian stuff. I can't remember the name of it, but they, the person wrote in a question that was like, and I was like, does this lady know how rude she's being? But she was talking about, like she all but called her clients lard asses. That's rough. So, but yeah, so after reading a lot of, not comments, because I know that anybody who can will comment, and it's not always, like, representative, but, like, actual articles, like, published in magazines that somebody paid to produce, like, I had a presumption that that was held to a higher standard. It's very, very fat shamey in the community. And it's like, in nothing else that I've ever done has me being fat, like, been like, oh, that's animal abuse for, like, sitting on a horse. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Like,
Okay, sorry.
yeah. Yeah, no, Lindy, no, that's not even funny, because I legit was, like, hiding in bed before bed. So it was appropriate. I was supposed to be there. And Randy was like, what is it? And I was like, I'm going to go to horse camp, and my horse isn't going to like me, and I'm going to be like Tina from Bob's Burgers and just ride around the corral on, like, an imaginary horse. And Randy was like, quiet, crickets. No argument. So I don't know. I'm excited about that, because hopefully one day for our eventual homestead in 3 to 5 years, if we can stay on budget and keep everything together, we will be able to make this next dream happen and drag y'all along with us on the adventure. Ooh, Jim says I rode my Tennessee Walker when I was 240. Right on. And that's on the other end of the spectrum of what I've been reading. People are like, you could have, a 140-pound person who has no balance, who's bouncing everywhere in the saddle, who's just being a really terrible rider, like an inconsiderate rider. Or you could have somebody who's 240, who is well balanced, isn't jerking the horse's mouth everywhere, who's riding well, and the horse is going to have a much better time doing that. So I was like, yeah. And that's, Jean says that woman must have not needed clients. That's kind of what I was like, these people are paying your salary, right? Like, it's a great business move to alienate your clients. Like, oof. Oh, that's sweet, Metatron. I'm dense. I am built like a draft horse. Like, a lot of folks are like, there's no way you weigh 230 pounds. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a beefcake. But, I don't know. It's starting to get uncomfortable. Like, my feet swell. I don't know if I'm just 30 or, like, is this what being a grown-up is, where everything just hurts all the time? So, yeah, super duper snooty people. Ooh, Random Rabbit Trail says, we are so much alike. I ride and have trained horses. I hope to be homesteading in the next 2 to 5 years too. Oh! Sorry, that's exciting. Yeah, she said if your feet swell, that's bad. I think it's because I walked a bunch wearing, like, the wrong shoes, and so, like, my ankles are hurting. But it's just stuff like that. I think it would behoove me to lose a bit of weight. I'm shooting for 100 pounds. Randy's like, why don't you start with, like, 50 and then see how you feel? And I was like, nah, I gotta go big. Being an adult grown-up hurts. Yeah. Just wait till you hit 60. I hope I make it to 60. Like, that'd be cool. Tanya, I keep a very close eye on my blood sugar, just knowing that I'm prone to diabetes anyways. So, but yeah, that's specifically why I'm like, monk fruit. Like this is a 0 sugar tea, and it actually, I'm not hating it. Oh no, Jim says I dropped 30 pounds before the holidays, got 20 back. Yeah. Pool Pro says more Vonster vlogs, keep on keeping. Yeah, I miss vlogging with you guys too. I was really hoping that getting back into the swing of things in 2020 that I'd be able to pick up vlogging again and kind of see how things go. But I'm not putting any pressure on myself to get the vlog going. But I know that once things start getting green and everything. Nori says, please get medically checked, please. We want you around for a long time. We'll do that. And it's like I take my blood sugar and like we keep close track of the numbers. It's the same thing the doctor would be doing. So I was in pain after cleaning for a few hours and standing on cement. My poor 31-year-old knees. Right, Lindy? Happy to have lost 22 just from eating less processed food. Wow, congratulations, Callie. Yeah, my number one thing is I eat like I have a demonic food lust. And so meal prepping has really been helping with that. The holidays did not help with that. But also, like, we just live a sedentary lifestyle. But now that we're not traveling, but like, we've got 2 events this year. That's it. Unless we get Camp Craft along to happen. So Randy and I have been taking the dogs for walks. We've been going to the gym. I really love swimming. Because it doesn't hurt my joints hardly at all. My shoulders pop, but it's always something. I want to see feather butts. Oh, geez. Katrina says, my mom has broken the same ankle 3 different times riding horses. Did she, like, jump on, like, where the horse jumps? Like, how does she break her ankles? Fluid retention is either heart or kidneys. It could also be, you guys, like, don't get super excited. I also bought new house shoes, and I think they might just be a size too small, or they're not broken in yet. So, Daniel says that's why I want at least 1 dog, so that I have a reason to get up and walk for a bit. Yeah, every little bit. Yeah, Bev says you have at least 12 on monthly auctions. That's true, but we're not having to spend 3 days in a hotel where we don't have a kitchen, or sometimes even a mini fridge, or a microwave. We're not spending all of Thursday and the whole tail end of Sunday driving somewhere. Like, it's nice to get to be home. Like, the vendor lifestyle was very fun for 10 years, but I'm ready to do something else. Crocs make some amazing slippers. Right on. And it's honestly, like, I'm looking at them. Do y'all want to see some feet pics? My toenails are, like, super long. Like, I could cut somebody. But, like, do what, Randy?
Yeah.
I did? Randy says I cut them with my toenails. But, yeah, like, they're not, like, super, like, swollen. Like, I don't know. I just felt like being free-toed for a bit. It's been a long, cramped up winter in warm house shoes and wool socks. So, bye, Renee. I was just getting my feet out. Why is everybody leaving? Foot prawn. Creamed corn. I think we have some. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. A hot foot bath would be really good right now. And I was just thinking about sliding into a big old bucket of creamed corn. Randy says, I'll get the corn a boiling. Y'all are amazing. Okay, so walking all day in flip-flops. Right on. My husband has fallen off or thrown off a lot. One concussion, but no broken bones. There's a way to fall off more safely. Right on. Okay, Boomer. What are you saying to Randy? Daniel? Yeah, Eve says, trust me, girl, your legs and feet aren't swollen. Right on. And I figured it was, like, we all know our bodies better than anybody. And you can tell sometimes whenever it's, like, just a monthly swelling of feeling bloated. And whenever it's like, oh, I think there's something actually wrong here. Like, I'm super duper, like, paranoid about that stuff. Have to go. No, your feet didn't scare me off. Right on, Metatron. Well, thanks for hanging out. I hope you have an awesome day. Why only 2 shows? Have you considered long-running Renaissance fairs? Man, Purple Dragon, we've been trying to get into some of the long-running Ren fairs for, I kid you not, like 10 years. And all of them are like, we already have a wire wrapper, we already have a leather worker, we already have a chain mailer, we already have a wood burner. Well, so much for having my nails done. Let me do this sec. I just broke a nail. So I'm using my wire snips and a metal file to give myself a manicure. And I would love to, but also I still really like going to Ren fairs and just recreationally, and I feel like vending at them would not ruin it, but definitely take a lot of the just being there for fun out of it. Because I know that whenever we just go to conventions just for fun, it feels a lot like being at work but not being paid to be there, like showing up to work on your day off. So yeah, SCA events I think would be a lot of fun, but again, just to go to, like, not necessarily vend at. And also, like, we still love doing conventions, just that a lot of them just aren't, it's more profitable to stay home. Y'all have seriously changed our life, that instead of traveling for days and hundreds of miles for, not covering cost, we can stay home, have much lower overhead, and be making, more than what we go to for conventions. So Katrina says, as that's a crafter's manicure. It is, and it I mean, other than being a little shorter than the other nails, it worked just fine. As someone who's vended at Ren fairs, I like cons better, specifically because of weather. Yes, so much, especially with like the leather goods and stuff. It's like if it's super humid, like I don't want all my leather work getting like soggy out in the air. Some Ren fairs have pirate section for all the other people. Yeah, that'd be cool. Can't wait to do events someday. I have a booth in town now. Little man can't stay still or listen. Right on. And it is a ton of fun. And honestly, I think if we hadn't done such a, like, we were doing like 30 plus shows a year, most years. And so it was just, if we do garb, leather, and jewelry, if it rains, you're screwed. What? I forget what I was saying. I just brain farted. I like hanging out with you guys, by the way. Fairy houses in a Ren fair might do good. They might, yeah. But it's also, I don't know. I guess I'm just tired. Like, that fire that burned in me, where it's like, make more inventory, make a ton of stuff, is like, I'm more like, I want to help somebody else make their inventory. Like, I want to show them, hey, this design sold well. If you make it, it might sell well for you too. Go make it. Jean says, when are you doing another auction chat on Friday? Our next auction will be on February 21st. Actually, on my today's to-do list is I need to make the February calendar for on the website. But until December, like until Thanksgiving, actually, we're only doing one auction a month. And then we'll do that one auction after Thanksgiving in November, and then we're doing like 3 in December, depending. Let's see. Why, if only I had a calendar right in front of me.
Calculator.
Yeah, we'll be the 4th, 11th, and 18th. Which I don't know if we'll be doing on the 18th or not. I think we'll just do... We might do the 20th, 27th, 4th, and 11th for our holiday auctions. But until then, we'll just be doing them once a month. Towards the end of the month, I know that like some people get paid at the beginning of the month, some people get paid at the end, so there's not really like a perfect time for everybody. So we figure we'll just kind of figure it out and then post it for the next month's schedule. You can help get my stuff made, just a thought. Right on, Beth. When will y'all have the laser cutouts on Etsy? I would love to buy some. I'll get some added today. Are you interested in just I'm going to put the overflow from previous months up on Etsy because I don't want to post the stuff that we're sending out in February and then have it sell really well and then we don't have enough for the kits because we're trying to get ahead for that. But Lindy Clark says, what time are the Patreon live streams? Those ones start at 3 on Saturdays. And then for the Patreon exclusive like pre-sale on Friday, we do those at 4, but that's only the ones. Again, all of that will be on our calendar on our website, backtoearthcreations.com. All of them, says JMax. Consider auctions in November instead of December to facilitate mailing to buyers, and they have time to remail for presents. Jim, that's a really good idea. And we may actually do that and then just have single item purchase. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's a really. Did you hear that idea, hun?
I'm reading it now.
Okay. I think that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah. So in December then, would we not do one?
I don't know.
I don't know. What do the people want?
Yeah, I don't. We'll play it by ear and see what the people who attend our auctions are interested in, and kind of play off of that. But I really think, Jim, that that's a really good idea. Because I know that for me, second week in December, I've already spent my Christmas budget. Like, you need to catch me like in March and start marketing to me in March. Are you doing better with the stress with the new schedule? By about 1,000,000 times, Bev. And I'm not gonna lie, having a living room really makes a big difference. Because like Randy and I'll actually go have tea breaks in the living room.
This is still gonna be copper, right?
The wire and the kits?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still working through it's the silver plated copper core costs about twice as much as the enameled or bare copper. So last time I sent out 1 spool of wire in the kits, people lost their mind. So I don't my battery. I don't know, we'll have to see, because actually in February I think we're only going to be sending out 1 spool of wire. But we're going to have hopefully a ton of cabs. So be warned, you guys. And that way it's early enough still that if you're like, nope, I don't want it unless there's 2 spools of wire, it's not too late to go in and change your tier in Patreon or unpledge or anything like that. February is only getting 1 spool of wire, but you're getting like 5 cabs, like bigger than this one, but like getting a couple of these, you're getting a couple of clay ones, you're getting a couple of stacked stuff for you to do your own work with. So we do try to balance it out, because like last month I think you got 2 spools of wire and then like 2 cabs and a wood cutout. Keep in mind we sell those cabs for like $8 a piece. So hey Mitch, I went swimming because you inspired me, yo-ho. Sorry, I say that in like a full sense of love. I'm back from the gym and dying. Hopefully not too bad. Oh, and 2 wood things. I sent out 2 wood things. Huzzah. Or specifically of Christmas sales only in November and still the auctions in December. Right on, Angie. These are really good ideas. Just put a note in the box when you change your content. It's different every month, Nori, is the thing. So it's just, it's so glad you're doing better. Proud of you for looking after yourself. It's necessary. So I'm glad that we're taking the time. I went to my noon martial arts class. Ah, that's very cool. Y'all are awesome. I try to snag up my silver plate on their 20% off sale because of that. Because instead of 20 to 23, they're 37 to 40. I mean, they're worth it, but I hold out for the sale on silver plate. Yeah, and we spend a good part of our budget on the craft-along kits on the wire, because that's like really cool stuff. So, ooh, Resin was a triumph. But yeah, just trying to, I want y'all to be happy and stimulated and inspired and, you know, my happy crafters. Tiered because I'm dealer's choice, or if it changed to the $30 tier before you shipped. I don't recall. Like, we just try to, like, we're constantly in balance Oh yeah, good point, Nori. Like I'm always wanting to put more stuff into the kits, and Randy's like, we hit budget 2 pieces ago. You gotta stop putting stuff in here. And I'm like, but it still feels empty. And he's like, but it's a $10 cab box. You gotta stop. Like I'm like, oh yeah. So is it raining or did it just get wet?
It's supposed to be raining, and then it's going to turn to snow tonight.
Oh, okay. Because I can't tell. Everything just looks damp, but I don't see any rainfall. Heh. So many hobbies I want to try, but not enough cash flow, right? You can come to YouTube and craft vicariously, as I've been doing vicarious homesteading. That's how things get wet, Vaughn. It rains. How humid does it get there? Because I beg to, like, typically, yes. But there is, yep, Jim, there's a such thing as wet fog. I use my cake decorating molds for my resin pieces. Ooh. Do you have a bracelet mandrel or just a ring mandrel? I can't decide if the $50 for a bracelet size is worth the investment. I just have a ring mandrel. Typically for bracelet mandrels, I'll just use like, because I don't do a whole lot of hammering. Like if you're doing stamping or hammering or anything like that after something's been shaped, I could see being justified into having a bracelet mandrel, but I just use like whatever's laying around my house, like a mug or an empty soda can, or like I don't know, there's alternatives. Like for $50, unless you have a very specific need for that specific item, I think you could probably get by. Okay. Not only that, wire 40 yards earns $10 per roll, and you're giving cabs to boot. It's a great deal. Right on, Lydia. I'll look up my windows. I see white. Oh, that'd be nice because it just looks dreary. And I get muddy every time I go outside. But yeah, I hope that that's helpful to you, Natasha. Steel plumbing pipe mandrel? Yeah. So my power flickered and restarted my computer just now. I was about to ask if you could show us those resin and laser cut earrings again. Well, I've only been making the pendants, but it's the same concept. These are ones that were made with,
Love.
with love. But no, these were made from the woodcut pieces that were in January's Craft-A-Long kit. And then we're going to have some of these, like the hearts and stuff will already have the resin poured in it for you in February's kits, which I think I'm going to put some of the hearts unset for like, I don't know. I usually don't say pricing until I've talked to Randy because he keeps me from just giving stuff away for free. Resin's a ton of fun to play with. And I recommend if you're experimenting with resin, they do have like ice resin at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, works pretty well, and you can use a 40% off coupon. And I mean, they're smaller bottles, but it's something, like, you know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna go take like, I don't know, put socks on or something. My feet are really cold. It's like gross and cold, and I'm gonna go feed my chickens and probably feed myself. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and just everything. Like, I've had a really great time, so thank you guys. How do you cure ice resin? I just follow the instructions on the bottle. Like, each resin is kind of a little different. Some of them are 1-to-1 ratio, some of them are 1-to-2, some of them are by weight, some of them are by volume. I did get a small box kit to play with. Ooh. Which idea, let you know later. Right on, Jim. But thanks again, you guys, and we will see y'all in our Saturday live stream to our $1 and up patrons. And then we'll see you guys again in Sunday's tutorial. And also, just a quick word to all of our patrons or anybody who signs up. We do have the preview for our upcoming tutorial is already up on Patreon. And so if you guys follow along with that tutorial and send us a picture of what you've made, or just send us a picture of something that you're proud of, and we will feature you in our video whenever we do the public release of that tutorial. So be sure to check that out. But until next time, you guys, happy crafting. Bye. Oh, wait, how do I... Oh, there it is. Okay, bye. I lost the button.